Good morning and welcome to the first day of class at Pinson Valley High School. I know about you, but I am incredibly excited about an opportunity to get kids back into the building and create the opportunities for these young men and women for post-secondary advantages. And hopefully we will do our due diligence in preparing these students for success, as we have talked about over the balance of the last couple of weeks. As we've been meeting individually, departmentally, in addition to, staff, SILT team, et cetera, in the hopes that we are doing our absolute very best in preparing for this day and this school year, and making sure that our students at Pinson Valley High School are prepared, not only for Pinson Valley, of course, but prepared for lifelong learning, and that obviously stretches far beyond what we do here at Pinson Valley High School, preparing them and embedding skills and attributes in their lives that's going to be very far-reaching in helping them to make great decisions down the road in respect to their own personal endeavors and trajectory there. But I wanted to let you know that on Monday, we want to have prep staff. And for you new guys who don't know what prep staff is, that's during your prep, that all the staff that are in the building will report to room 209, which is right above the library. And what we do there, or what I intend to do there, and I'll send you an agenda so you'll know, is really start to begin to look at strategically what we're doing, again, to meet the needs of our students. And we'll talk more about that. Also, I've already sent you a lesson plan template if you're using a lesson plan versus a module. And we know that everyone is not at that point right now in respect to having modules through the LDC and the MDC. So if you do have a module, certainly you want to send that. Lesson plans don't necessarily need to be week by week. We know that we have unit plans. We know that we build our lessons sometimes that may consist of 2 or 3 or even 4 weeks in terms of what the body of work that's being done throughout the process. And the most important thing about lesson plans is not necessarily so much about me or the administration. It's about you and how you're systematically planning and designing your lessons. And then the most important piece to that is the reflective piece, looking back on your lesson plans and then looking back at how the assignment or the activities went, the labs may have gone, and then from there being able to determine what we needed to tweak, what we needed to add, maybe what we needed to take away, etc. So that's the most important thing about lesson plans. They're for you. And more importantly, they're about you having an opportunity to do some reflection. So having said that, certainly we want to make sure that I get emailed a digital copy, and then we ask the little cork strip that's outside your door. We ask that you pin a copy of your lesson plans or modules outside the door as well. So when we go by your room, we just simply pull it off and look and see exactly what potentially you'll be covering. And so that kind of gives us a window of opportunity before we step into the classroom. And let me say, first of all, as I made mention, on today and tomorrow, it's really about getting to know your students and really setting those high expectations in the classroom for the balance of the 18 weeks that they're going to be in there, or if you're in the skinny, for the balance of the year, and really holding those students accountable and letting them set goals for their own learning and their own behavior, and not necessarily telling them what they can't do and all the rules, but allowing them to know what opportunities that present them and what opportunities you're going to be presenting them throughout the school year. Because I think that's critically important. You got to have rules, and you got to be very clear and consistent. But also, I think it's important to let our students know what we intend to do for them, because I think for there, that increases the level of buy-in. So that's very, very important that we understand that moving forward. Also, we want to be able to help students throughout the day. This is going to be very new for our freshmen and, of course, some of our transfer students, a lot of nuances throughout the day. And so what we want to do is be highly visible and helpful. Hey, get to class. Hey, this, hey, that. Folks, again, we don't want to scare anybody off. We don't want kids going home saying their first day of school, teachers were yelling and screaming. What we want to be able to do is guide their direction, if you will, and make sure that we are visible, make sure that we are helpful, and that we're trying to encourage kids to be able to get to where they need to be. And that's very important. So please make sure throughout the day and moving forward that you're doing that. Also, hall passes. We're not just letting kids out of class, which we made mention of. If you do not have a hall pass or office pass, it should be on a lanyard and it's marked hall pass or office pass. If you don't have that, get with Miss Gardner or Miss Hyatt. Those are the two people that can help you with that. So we want to make sure that students are where they're supposed to be, first and foremost. But secondly, if they do have an emergency, they need to come to the office, or they need to, of course, be able to go to, the restroom, that they have that pass as well. And also, it's very important, and I don't know that we necessarily talked about this, but we'll talk about this with our students today. We're meeting with 12th graders at the beginning of first block, and then we're going to meet with 11th graders at the beginning of second block. And then, of course, on tomorrow, we'll meet with our 10th graders first block and our 9th graders second block. So we will be able to have these class meetings that really spell out some very specific non-negotiables as it relates to what we do here. So certainly we want to accompany your class to the auditorium so you can be privy to what's going on. And I would encourage not only sharing information about yourself, also sharing information about the expectations, but getting also acclimated and having our students acclimated with the student code of conduct over the balance of the next 2 days as well. That being said, here at Pinson Valley High School, as I will always say, we're going to continue to promote achievement, respect, and success. I am going to be delivering information to you via this platform, because I think it's very important that you get an opportunity to do what you need to do during the balance of a school day. And then when the time permits, you can listen to yours truly. And of course, I hope I've been very informative. That's the impetus as to why we are trying to deliver this information via this way versus just words on a document. So having said that, we love you, and we're here for you. And we're going to continue to work for you and serve you as we serve the community, the stakeholders, and our student body. So let's have a very productive first day of school. And just think, if you're one of those folks who mark the calendar, you only got 186 more school days left. Take care, and let me know if there's anything that I can do for you or administrative staff, support staff could do for you. Thank you.